He cheated on me during my chemo, now he wants a second chance. While I was fighting for my life, he was sleeping with someone else. Asterisk, I lost my hair, my strength, my health. And the man I thought I would marry, all in the same year. My name is Sana. I'm 30 years old. Asterisk, I thought walking away from him would bring closure. But at DIDN single quotes tid. It brought more questions. More memories. More pain. After that cafe meeting, I blocked his number again. But my mind? I couldn't block that. Everywhere I saw pieces of us. The restaurant where we had our first date. The grocery store where he once danced down the aisle to make me laugh. Even the pharmacy, where he'd once picked up my pain meds. I was angry, not just at him. At myself for letting him in, for trusting. For believing that love meant loyalty. I started writing, journaling, pouring my feelings into a blog I created anonymously. Title? Well, I fought cancer, he fought boredom. At first, I thought no one would read it. But it went viral. Thousands of women commented, shared, messaged me. I went through the same. My boyfriend ghosted me during chemo too. Thank you for writing what I couldn't say. Suddenly, I wasn't alone. But then one day, I got a DM from someone I didn't expect. Sarah, the girl he cheated with. I stared at her message for 10 minutes, then opened it. Hi, I just read your blog. I'm the other woman. And I didn't know about you. My chest tightened. She continued. He told me he was single, that his ex had left him. He never said you had cancer. He told me you moved away. I replied, calm, too calm. I was in a hospital bed, fighting for my life while he took you to dinner. She responded, I'm sorry. I ended things with him months ago. When I found out the truth. Then she added, I hope you heal, you deserve better. He's not worth your tears. I believed her. Not because I wanted to, but because she sounded like me. Before the storm, I told my therapist about it. She asked, do you feel better now? I said, no, I just feel emptier. Because the truth, even when it helps, still hurts. A few weeks passed. And I tried to move on. I dyed my hair, started working out, went back to part-time work. But one day, at a friend's engagement party, he showed up. Uninvited. I saw him across the hall, same eyes, same smirk, but something in me didn't flinch this time. He walked over. You look strong. I crossed my arms. I am. He hesitated, then said, I've changed, Sana. I raised my eyebrows. Did cancer change you as one? Or did getting caught? He tried to laugh, tried to be charming again, but that magic, it was gone. I wasn't his anymore. I wasn't mine when I was with him, now I was. He leaned in. Can we just talk, one dinner, for closure? I looked him in the eye. Closure doesn't come from the person who broke you. It comes when you decide you're done bleeding for them. I turned and walked away. Again. For the last time. 2 days later, I wrote a new blog post. Title, I met him again, but I didn't meet myself there. It went viral too. People kept messaging me. One message stood out, from a guy named Zion. Your strength reminds me of my sister. She fought cancer and came out braver, just like you. I ignored it at first. But a week later, he messaged again, not flirting. Just support. We started talking. He asked about books, about food, about healing, and he never asked about Rizwan. Not once. Just about me. I wasn't looking for anything. But for the first time in a long time, I felt safe. Seen. One afternoon, Zion said, you're like glass, Sana, you broke. But the light inside you didn't. That line stayed with me. We started calling each other. Then video chatting. Then meeting for coffee. He never made me feel less because of the scars. Because of what I'd been through. One evening I showed him the tattoo, the phoenix. I got this the day I finished chemo, I said. He looked at it. Then said, you didn't just rise. You set fire to everything that tried to destroy you. And I cried, not because I was sad, but because it felt like someone finally understood. We didn't rush anything, we took months. Slow, patient months. And when he kissed me, and this is the story of how I survived cancer, only to find out my boyfriend had been cheating on me. The whole time, we were together for 4 years. His name is Rizwan. Smart, charming, funny. The kind of guy everyone likes instantly, even my parents. Even my strict older brother. He used to bring me flowers just because. Kiss me on the forehead and say, you're my world. I believed him. Completely. Until the day, everything changed. I had been feeling tired for months, like really tired. The kind of tired that sleep doesn't fix. I bruise easily, get dizzy, feel cold all the time. I thought I was just stressed. Work was hard. My life felt rushed, but deep down, I knew something wasn't right. Then came the diagnosis. Stage 2 Hodgkin's lymphoma. Cancer. I heard the word and stopped breathing. My world cracked open. Everything blurred. I remember holding the test report. Like it was written in another language. I called Rizwan. He came immediately. Held me. Said all the right things. We'll fight this together. I'm not going anywhere. You're not alone. And for the first few weeks, he met it. He drove me to appointments. Sat in the hospital waiting room. Made soup. Watched movies with me when I was too weak to get out of bed. But somewhere along the way, he started to disappear. It began slowly. Sorry, Sana, work ran late. My boss is piling on projects. I'll come by tomorrow. Then he stopped answering my calls sometimes. Started texting less. The I love you messages. Stopped completely. I tried to be understanding. I was already a burden. Or at least that's how I felt. Bald, nauseous, pale, weak. I thought maybe he just didn't know how to handle it. Men struggle with this stuff, right? Maybe he was just scared too. My friend said, he's doing his best. My mom said, don't stress, heal first, but my gut knew. Something was off. Then one day, after a chemo session, I came home and found a message on my laptop. He had forgotten to log out of Facebook. I wasn't trying to snoop. I just opened it and saw a chat pop up. It was with a girl. Someone I didn't know. Flirty messages, memes, inside jokes. Then, I saw a photo of them together at a restaurant. On a night he told me he was working late. My stomach dropped. I scrolled more photos, more dates, more I miss you messages from him. While I was losing weight, vomiting my soul off from chemo, begging God to keep me alive, he was on dates, laughing, smiling, lying. I felt like someone had stabbed me, slowly, over and over. I didn't cry at first. I just closed the laptop, sat on the couch, and stared at the wall for hours. When he showed up at night, carrying soup like a joke, I didn't say anything at first. I just looked at him and asked, who's Sarah? His face went white. He stuttered, denied it. Tried to act confused, but I had screenshots, proof, pain. I screamed. For the first time in months, I screamed until my throat hurt. You lied to me. You left me to rot while you were busy playing happy with someone else. He tried to touch me. I pushed him away. Don't you dare act like you care. He left, silent, like a coward, didn't even try to fight for me, and that night, I cried harder than I did the day I was diagnosed, because cancer hadn't broken me. But he did. The next few weeks were a blur. I blocked him. Deleted every photo, every message, every I love you we ever said. But I still had to fight the cancer, alone. And that's what I did. I got up, went to chemo, threw up, got up again, day after day. I looked in the mirror at a woman I barely recognized. No hair, no eyelashes, skin like paper, but I kept going. Because if he didn't think I was worth staying for, then I had to stay for myself. I journaled. I cried. I healed. And 6 months later, I heard the words I'd been praying for. Sana, the scans look good. You're in remission. I smiled through tears. Called my mom, my best friend, even my boss, but I didn't call him. He didn't deserve to share in that moment. I started therapy. I joined a cancer survivor support group. I even got a tattoo, a tiny phoenix on my shoulder, because I burned and rose again. Then one day, I got a text from a number I didn't recognize. Sana, it's Rizwan. I heard about your remission. I'm so happy for you. Can we talk? I stared at it for a long time, felt nothing. No hate, no love. Just silence. I didn't reply. Then he messaged again. I made a huge mistake. Please, just let me explain. I never stopped loving you. Loving me? When? Well, he kissed another woman while I was too weak to walk. He called. I didn't answer. He emailed. I ignored it. He showed up at my building. My doorman called up. There's a guy here saying he's your fiancé. I laughed hard. Tell him I died and was reborn. He kept coming, sent flowers, chocolates, letters. The last one said, please give me one chance to make it right. I'll spend the rest of my life trying. And for a moment, a very small moment, I felt something, not love, not forgiveness. But curiosity. What would he say if I let him speak? So I called him. One call. One meeting. He showed up at the cafe looking nervous. Older. Smaller. He started crying before he even said a word. I was scared. I didn't know how to handle watching you suffer. I didn't mean to fall for someone else. I just broke. I listened, quiet. And then I spoke. I didn't get to break. I didn't get to disappear. I didn't get to escape. I fought for my life while you ran from mine. He cried harder, begged, said he'd changed. Said he'd never stop loving me. I stood up. And said, you don't get a second chance at someone you left for dead. Then I walked away. For good, because healing isn't just about surviving cancer. It's also about cutting out the ones who didn't survive with you. I may have lost my hair, my energy, my faith in love, but I found something stronger, myself. Asterisk. It wasn't like fireworks. It was like home. Rizwan tried again. An email. I see your posts. You seem happy. That could have been us. I didn't reply, but I smiled. Because it could have. But I'm glad it WS in single quotes T.ZAY and held my hand the day I went for my final scan, clean, still in remission. He brought me flowers, but not roses. You told me roses remind you of hospital rooms, he said. So I brought sunflowers. They chase light, like you. I'm not saying the pain is gone. It isn't, I still flinch when I hear certain songs. Still avoid that one restaurant. Still have dreams where I wake up in tears, but I don't bleed from it anymore. I live around it. Above it, I fought for my life. And now I'm finally living. It that he cheated during chemo. But I won more than health, that I won peace. I won clarity, and someday soon, I might even say I won love again. Zion and I were good. Really good. We were building something slow, honest, healing. But just when I thought my past was finally behind me, it came knocking again. This time Rizwan didn't send a message. He sent a letter, handwritten, 5 pages long. I didn't even know people still did that. But there it was, folded carefully in a plain white envelope. It was left at my office desk. No stamp, no return address. Just my name in messy, familiar handwriting. Sana. I stared at it for minutes. A voice inside me said, "Don't read it." But another voice whispered, "You need to know what he thinks now." So I opened it, and read it, every word. It wasn't what I expected. He didn't beg, didn't flatter, didn't say, "Please come back." Instead he said things like, "You deserved better. I was weak, selfish, scared. I hope one day you can forgive me, even if we never speak again." It ended with this: "If I could go back, I would sit by your hospital bed and hold your hand." But I didn't, and that shame will follow me forever. I didn't cry. Not this time, because the truth was, I no longer needed an apology. I didn't want revenge, or closure, or even peace with him. I had peace with myself. And that was enough. I told Zion about the letter. We were sitting in the car, parked near a lake. He looked at me, not jealous, not insecure. Just honest. "Do you feel something for him still?" I didn't even pause. "No, I feel something for the me he hurt. But I don't want him back. I don't even want to look back." Zion smiled. "Then let's keep walking forward." He started coming to every one of my follow-up appointments, sat with me in waiting rooms, held my hand when blood was drawn. No pity, just presence. He once said, "Loving you doesn't feel like fixing something broken. It feels like joining someone already rebuilding." And I loved him for that. I introduced him to my parents. They liked him immediately. My mom whispered, "This one's steady." And she was right. One night we were walking after dinner. The wind was soft. The sky was pale. Zion stopped, pulled something from his jacket. A small box. My heart stopped. He opened it. Inside was not a ring, but a tiny silver pendant, a sunflower. He said, "This is not a proposal, not yet, it's a promise. That I will never leave during your storms, even if I get wet, even if I get scared. I'll stay." I was speechless. And then I cried. Because no one had ever promised to stay before. Not when I was sick. Not when I was weak. Zayn didn't need a perfect version of me. He just needed me. We took a trip to Hunza that summer. My first real vacation since remission. Mountains, silence, cold breeze, fresh tea, and laughter. So much laughter. We hiked, took pictures, held hands, watched the sunrise together. And for once, I didn't think of my scars, my past, my pain. Just my present. One night, sitting by the bonfire, he asked, "Do you ever wish it hadn't happened? The cancer? Him?" I thought. Then nodded slowly. I wouldn't wish that pain on anyone. But without it, I wouldn't be this version of me. And this version, I finally love her. He squeezed my hand. "So do I." Months later we got engaged. Nothing big, just a picnic, some fairy lights, and both of us crying. I still think about Rizwan sometimes, not with hate, not even sadness, just a distant memory of a lesson I had to learn the hard way. That love isn't about the flowers when things are good. It's about who stays when everything goes dark. I kept blogging. Even got offered a book deal. My story helped women everywhere. And that became my biggest joy, turning pain into purpose. The day I signed the book contract, I posted a photo with the caption, "She survived cancer. She survived betrayal, but most importantly, she survived herself." And I meant every word. So if you're reading this, and you're in your darkest place, sick, broken, betrayed, or forgotten, let me say this: you're still here, still breathing, still capable of love. They may have left you when you needed them most, but your story isn't over. Not even close. Because after chemo, after heartbreak, after loneliness, there's still something waiting for you. It may not look like what you dreamed, but it will look like healing, like strength, like peace, like someone who made it through. I'm living proof that even when everything burns, you can still rise. He cheated on me during chemo, and I almost gave up on everything. But now, I'm marrying a man who never ran, who waited for my heart to beat steady again. I may have scars, but they don't shame me. They show that I survived. So I'll wear them, proud, beautiful, whole, because I didn't just beat cancer. I beat the idea that I wasn't enough. And now, I'm more than enough.